Hello and welcome. Today, we're diving into something that's becoming absolutely critical for any IT leader: how to build a disaster recovery plan that's actually built for your AI systems. Because, as you're about to see, the old playbook, well, it just doesn't cut it anymore.
Just so you know, what we're covering here is part 8 of a larger 15-part series. It's all based on a super detailed guide from Virtualization Options LLC. We're zeroing in on their framework to give you some real, actionable stuff you can put to use right away.
So, let me just ask you this. You've probably got a rock-solid IT disaster recovery plan, right? You've tested it, you trust it, but is it ready for what AI can throw at it? Because AI systems, they don't just fail like a normal server. They can fail in some very new, very tricky ways. To really get our arms around this, we're going to walk through 4 key steps. First, we'll nail down why AI presents a new kind of risk. Then we'll look at a way to categorize all those vulnerabilities. After that, we'll connect the dots to the real-world business impact. And finally, we'll talk about setting the right recovery objectives, which you'll see go way beyond the basics.
All right, let's jump in. Section 1, AI Systems, a New Risk. The big idea here is simple. Your standard disaster recovery plan for databases and servers, it's just not designed for the unique and fragile dependencies of an AI system.
Let's start with the absolute bedrock of any AI system: the data. That massive, carefully curated training data set is basically the brain of your model, and that makes it a huge single point of failure. If that data gets lost or corrupted, you can't just restore a backup from last night. You might have completely lost the ability to retrain or even reproduce your model. Game over. Okay, now this next one is really interesting because it's like a disaster happening in slow motion. It's called model drift. This happens when your model stays the same, but the world around it changes. You know its performance just quietly degrades over time? Imagine your sales forecast model is still working off of pre-pandemic data. Its predictions are going to be useless. It's a silent killer for AI effectiveness.
And finally, we've got to talk about the pipelines. AI isn't just one thing, it's a whole chain of interconnected services. So a tiny failure in, say, your data ingestion pipeline can starve the model of fresh information. That can cause a cascade of bad decisions downstream that can ripple through the entire business. It's a domino effect waiting to happen.
So we know these weird new risks exist. The question is, how do we get organized? How do we even start to think about them systematically? That's what Section 2 is all about, giving you a framework to do just that.
The guide from Virtualization Options LLC lays out this really smart 4-layer approach. When you look at your AI stock through these 4 lenses, you can start to spot the cracks in your armor in a really structured way, so nothing gets missed.
And this table just lays it all out perfectly. First, you've got the data layer, with risks like that data corruption we just talked about. Then there's the model layer, where you worry about things like your model registry getting messed up or even bad actors trying to attack the model. The infrastructure layer is probably more familiar, hardware failures, network outages, but now we're talking about really specialized and expensive stuff like GPUs. And finally, the operational layer, which is a catch-all for human error, bad deployments, you name it. Breaking it down like this makes the whole problem feel way less overwhelming.
Okay, so we found the risks and we've categorized them. Now comes the part that gets the C-suite's attention, figuring out what these failures actually cost the business. This is where we turn abstract technical problems into real dollars and cents. This timeline paints a really scary but honest picture. In that first hour of an outage, your real-time services stop. Simple. But after a few hours, people are scrambling, trying to do things manually, and things get messy. Within a day, you're looking at real revenue loss. And if it goes on for longer, you're talking about losing customers and damaging your reputation for the long haul. The cost just snowballs. Look, not all AI systems are created equal, and you can't treat them all like a 5-alarm fire. You have to prioritize. And this tiering system is the perfect tool for that. Your Tier 1 systems, like a fraud detection engine, are mission critical. Downtime there costs you money by the minute, so your recovery time objective, or RTO, has to be less than an hour. But a Tier 4 system, maybe something experimental, it can probably wait. This is how you decide where to spend your time, your money, and your energy.
And that leads us perfectly into our final section, defining what recovered even means. Because for AI, it's not just about flipping a switch back on. We've got to think beyond the classic metrics that we've used for years.
So let's quickly hit the ones you already know. Recovery time objective, RTO,
still super important. It's your deadline, the absolute maximum downtime you can handle before things get really bad. For that Tier 1 system, it might be just a few minutes. For a model that only retrains once a week, it could be days. And of course, Recovery Point Objective, RPO. How much data can you afford to lose? But here's the key. For AI, data isn't just records in a database. We're talking about new training data, model versions, the state of your feature store, even the logs from recent predictions. Losing that stuff can be devastating. But here's the big pivot. This quote from the guide just nails it. Getting a system back online is not the same as getting it working properly. You could have a recovered model that's running, but it's making awful predictions. That's why we need new metrics. And this is it. Meet the Model Performance Recovery Objective, or MPRO. This is a total game changer. It doesn't just ask, is the system on? It asks, is it smart again? MPRO sets a target for how quickly your model has to get back to its normal level of accuracy. This makes sure that when you say a system is recovered, it's actually trustworthy again. And MPRO doesn't work alone. You also need to think about things like the Future Freshness Objective, or FFO. How old can the data be before the model's predictions become useless? And then there's the Inference Quality Objective, or IQO, which basically sets a floor for how bad is too bad during a partial recovery. These new metrics are what take your DR plan from just on-off to truly resilient. So we'll leave you with a question to chew on. Now that you have these frameworks for identifying risk, tiering your systems, and setting real recovery objectives, take a good, hard look at your own AI landscape. Which one of your systems is that Tier 1 ticking time bomb that you need to go and defuse right now?